Cardinals Sports Complex for CTN's live coverage of the 2019 Coon Rapids High School Soccer Opener. A doubleheader as the Cardinals host the Anoka Tornadoes. We start on the girls' side. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action. And Howie, the girls, Lady Cardinals, off to a great start. 1-0-1 in last week's play.
Yeah, I'm very anxious to see, obviously, both squads, but they are under a new coaching staff, an opportunity for them to get a little bit of a fresh start. And we'll talk about some themes as this game unfolds for Coon Rapids, but communication is the number one number item we're going to talk about as this game progresses.
Well, opened up with a 3-1 win over Armstrong and then a scoreless tie against Iredale last Thursday. Now they come in against an Anoka team that off to a little bit of a slow start, 0-2 early in the year.
Yeah, so this is a good test, obviously, for both clubs, and it's obviously when Coon Rapids plays Anoka, you always look at those opportunities, but this should be a good one, Joe.
Up front for the Tornadoes, Pineski, Tamer, and Kristoff. The midfielders are Doye, Hulsnitz, and Yang. The defenders, Meshuggah, Stramenge, Hookham, and Jordan. Olivia Roll is the starting goalkeeper. Tornadoes will get the first touch. Here's the Cardinals starting lineup. Bailey Payne and Kylie Scott up front. Rory Ritzenmeyer, Molly Knobloch, Alyssa Molly, Peyton Taylor, the midfielders. Macy Lodato among the defenders for the Cardinals. And starting in net is Madeline Hedlett.
Anoka, as you mentioned in the opening, they've lost their first two. They started at Stillwater, lost a 1-0 decision, and then went home and played Blaine this past Tuesday, and they were 5-2 losers there. So they're looking for their first win of the season. Would love to come here on the Cardinals' home field.
Played along the near sideline. Kepke trying to play it out off the Anoka attacker. Bounced off it was Dammer. Coon Rapids able to turn it around at least momentarily. In the middle is Peyton Taylor trying to play it near side. Gets it to Maley. Maley trying to push it ahead for Kylie Scott. She's double covered along the edge. And just playing it out to safety is Meshuggah. Here's a look at John Caron, new head coach for the Coon Rapids Cardinals.
Yeah, we had a chat with him earlier in the summer on a summer sports night, and we're pretty excited to see his squad as this season gets going.
Cardinals trying to keep the Tornadoes boxed in there. Good steal by Ritzenmeyer. Squirts it ahead, trying to spring Taylor. That's broken up and played out on the far side by Sierra Huffman.
The Cardinals opened their season on the road. They opened against Robbinsdale Armstrong with a 3-1 win, and then came back last Thursday to travel to Irondale to a 0-0 tie. Yeah,
windy day here on the pitch as this one's played out the end line, so Coon Rapids an early corner kick. But they've played in wind all three games. This is the first they've played on grass, and the field here at the stadium looks outstanding.
I don't know if I've ever seen it look this good.
Knobloch plays it right back along the sidelines, played ahead, but not before it's out of bounds on the far side. Good effort there by Elise Pineski as she ended up face first on the track and still not able to keep it in play. Trying to push it a little further away from that Tornado net. Coon Rapids back on the attack. Scott in the corner, circles, trying to cross, plays it up top, just out of the reach of Maley. And a race to the near side. Out of bounds off the Tornadoes.
The Cardinals doing a nice job of getting that ball back onto the pitch when they have that side out. And they're not letting Anoka get back in position.
And it's a tiring job defending. Coon Rapids going to try and continue to make the Tornadoes do that. And that one out off of Dammer as well. Another throw in for the team in bright red.
Well, this is a young squad. Just 3 seniors in the starting lineup. You look at Kylie Scott, just a freshman.
Ritzenmeyer steps up into the middle, hands it off there for Knobloch. Back against the grain, looking into the corner. A little bit too much on that one for Maley, out of bounds.
Well, we talked about that quick throwing earlier. The girls are working on pace of play here.
And that one thrown right into the teeth of the Cardinals. Little shot by Kylie Scott, not a whole lot on it. Easy play for the keeper, but a dangerous throw-in for Anoka. Ends up working out in their benefit because this punt by Rowe gets them at least back out to midfield, which they hadn't been able to achieve on without that punt from their goalkeeper.
So far early on, Coon Rapids doing a good job of controlling the action.
Moving the ball good.
Yes.
Good space. Look at how much room Maley's got in the middle. Her pass is taken away and broken up there by Meshuggah. But Coon Rapids able to turn it right back over. Here's Ritzenaya looking for a little bit of green. Doesn't find it, so she'll regroup. Back to Johnston. Johnston, longer play ahead on that left wing, was broken up. And here comes Meshuggah. Got past Ritzenaya. Collides with Knobloch. Knobloch able to come away with the ball. Her pass taken away by Dammer. Reverse to the middle for Kristoff, and she'll play it far side for Pineski, who can't catch up. Another throw in for Coon Rapids.
Again, when Anoka just tries to get something going, not able to keep the ball on the pitch, getting it out of bounds, turning it right back over to the Cardinals.
Played ahead, out right at the top of her box to scoop it up as Rowe, as she had pressure coming from Bailey Payne.
Yeah, she really did. It was a good play by her to come out as far as she did. She had to cut that angle off and get that ball.
Good aggressive offense for Coon Rapids early, just making it really difficult for the Tornadoes to get the ball downfield at all. Although very early in, just over 5 minutes into this contest, a lot of soccer to be played.
Yes.
But early on, things looking good for the way the Cardinals are moving the ball. Good numbers there by Anoka to get a turnover, but Coon Rapids able to at least push him back a bit to midfield. Pressured with it is Kristoff looking for help. Got it back there for Jocelyn Yang. She's bumped, tangled up with Kylie Scott. Plays it back to Meshuggah just on her side of midfield. Ahead off the head of Pineski. Into the middle, settled there by Kristoff and played back right side. Yang has to retreat. Her pass nearly taken away. Gets right back to Yang, and now near side on the defense for Kristoff. Excuse me, that's Strome. Played it ahead, turned right back around. Back and forth at midfield. Ritzenaya gains control. Her pass off target, taken away by Kristoff. Kristoff trying to feed it through the defense. Johnston will stop it up for the Cardinals. Her pass taken right away by Pineski. Pineski's pass would have sprung Kristoff, but it was broken up. Kristoff bumped again, gets a shot off well wide of the target, and it'll be a goal kick for Coon Rapids.
Yeah, sophomore defense person, I should say. Anna Kepke came out and did a nice job of getting that ball away.
Well, Coon Rapids playing really physical, and so far, no harm, no foul. I mean, a lot of traffic in there. It looked a little more aggressive, I guess, when I saw it first time than it appeared in replay. But either way, we've seen some bumps and some tangles already early in this game, and the refs just letting it go so far. Ritzenaya trying to push it up the wing. That was stopped up by Huffman. Tornadoes trying to turn it around, and that's going to be a handball as the ball bounced up into the hands of Molly Knobloch. Not a lot she could do about that.
Well, Huffman for Anoka did a really nice job again of intercepting that pass, because there were a couple of Cardinal attackers right behind her, and that ball did not get through that defense of Anoka. That was a great job by her.
Meshuggah will take the kick. 15 yards into Anoka territory. This one tipped on through to the corner. Race for it there. Maley stops it up. Tries to recover along the line. Got another touch, but then Anoka turns it back into the middle. Duya, a shot on goal, and save there by Hedlund. First real scoring opportunity for either team. Unable to keep it in near side is is Bailey Payne. Anoka throwing from in front of their own bench. Natalie Whitney checking in for Coon Rapids. Paige Youngquist in for the Cardinals, or for the Tornadoes rather. Paneski back to Youngquist, back to Paneski along the right wing. Long pass, trying to get it to Kristoff. First one there, though, is Kepke, and she turns it out of bounds. Throw in for the Tornadoes deep in Coon Rapids territory.
Well, and they, too, get it in quickly, trying to catch the Cardinals' defense napping.
Played out by Kepke. Turned around by Meshuggah. Waiting for it. There was Hulsnitz. Plays it toward the net. Coming out to scoop it up is Hedlund. Momentum pendulum swinging back in favor of the visiting Tornadoes.
Yeah, they started out a little bit slow, but they've been doing a nice job of just keeping the pace up. Still plenty of time in this opening half. We're just about...
He called the penalty.
30
I
minutes
thought
away.
the bump was worthy of a penalty call, but they allowed the play to continue for a few seconds. When Coon Rapids gained possession, then they called the penalty. And Anoka tries to reset. Allie Hedlund over on the far side, battling with Paneski, out of bounds, Cardinal ball. Jessica DeLong is checking in for Coon Rapids.
Number 7, Jessica DeLong.
Coach Karen getting a couple of substitutes in here as this first half continues.
Payne trying to feed it through. Last line of defense won't fail. Allison Hookham plays it back up near midfield. Tornadoes gathering themselves. Long play to the far side for Paneski. There to cut it off is Allie Hedlund and get it turned around for Knobloch. Knobloch's pass wide of Payne. Payne will pressure as she chases Stromang into the corner. And
well, Hedlund did a nice job of using her body against her defender, against her opponent, and being able to clear that ball out of there for this opportunity down in the Tornado end.
In the middle is Hookham. Long pass stopped up. Settled here by Knobloch. Long shot from a ways out, and relatively easy save for Olivia Rowe. Trying to stop things up was Whitney for Coon Rapids, but the Tornadoes able to maintain possession. Paneski plays it back. One touch to head. Back near midfield is Kristoff. Pressured through the middle is Hulsnitz. Kylie Scott providing the defensive pressure. Coon Rapids able to get the turnover. That one off of the Tornado player and out. Molly Terabeza checks in.
A couple more additional changes. Another change for Anoka as well.
Tornadoes bring numbers to the ball. They had 5 players in tight trying to establish the possession, but Coon Rapids able to break it up, force them back in their own end. This one over the head of Meshuggah. Meshuggah will have to settle. Pressured there by Payne as they work toward the near sideline. Pushed ahead by Hulsnitz, broken up. Sent in by Whitney, headed away by the Tornadoes out the end line. Another corner kick opportunity for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals starting to pick up a little pressure here. trying to get a little action down in the Tornado end with an opportunity with a corner kick here. They've got a good opportunity to try and set something up. They would love to get this first tally.
Knobloch serves it short. Post a shot, a goal for the Cardinals. Jessica DeLong there to receive the pass from Knobloch and put it home. Coon Rapids on the board early.
Well, it all started with that nice corner kick, and they were able to set that ball into the center of the field. And Jessica DeLong getting the pass. You'll see here, corner kick, pretty nice. It's right in the center of that net, and then DeLong doing a good job of just controlling it, keeping the ball on her foot enough. We'll let the defender go by, and then she was able to put it.
Well, and enough space
net.
there.
Did it go off a defender as
no
well?
chance for the keeper row. I don't know if the defender coming out to challenge got a piece of it or
Looked
not,
like
but
it.
Either way, it's in the back of the net. DeLong has Coon Rapids up 1-0. A little less than 14 minutes into the game.
A great way to start for the Cardinals. I mean, you're seeing both teams putting a little pressure on either end, and Coon Rapids, I think that thanks to that nice defensive turnover for the Cardinals and then starting that play downfield. Just getting the clock reset.
So Tornadoes get the possession back and now find themselves down 1-0. Had one decent look so far in this first half. Trying to tack down the right wing. The cross is stopped up. A roadblock there by Anna Kepke. She took out Ella Kristoff, and that's the kind of physical play I was talking about that so far they're letting it go. Coon Rapids holding their ground, staying strong. A little push there from Johnston. But they get it over to Pineski on the right side, trying to get around the corner on Allie Headland, and does. Now crossing back out front, stopped up, still loose. Shot will go wide and end up out the far side. And that one a little scary for the Cardinals on defense.
They
just
were
not
fortunate.
taking care of the ball.
No, not able to clear that ball away from the up front of the net.
Well, and more importantly, just leaving it in a scary place.
Well, she didn't put a lot on that. She tried to clear it to the side, and she didn't get what she wanted on it.
She broke up the pass, but unfortunately bounced right back to the opposing player. Fortunate for the Cardinals, the Tornadoes unable to take advantage.
A little momentum here for the Cardinals as they get that first goal. And that puts a little more pressure on the Tornadoes. Granted, it's early; it's the first half, but they would certainly they don't want to give anything else up at this point if they can help it. But they just want to get on the scoreboard.
Well, the Tornadoes, after a slow start that first 5 minutes, have done a much better job of possessing, building attack into the Coon Rapids end, and they've had a couple of good scoring opportunities.
They have, but the Cardinals, I think, too, made a little bit of an adjustment on defense, doing a little bit better, mismarking a little closer. So the last couple times down for
Knobloch,
Tornadoes.
Great pressure trying to force a turnover in deep. Pokes it away out of bounds, but love to see how aggressive they are on the offensive end of the field, and hoping that can pay dividends for them. Terabeza tried to cross into the middle. That was broken up. Corbett plays it along far side for Pineski. Up the sidelines. Johnston plays it out off of Kristoff. Gets the Cardinals to throw it.
Now entering the Cardinals, number 8, Lila Husek. Number 16, Tiana.
Lila Husek, Tiana Coolman, and Rory Ritzenaya onto the field for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and Coach Karen doing a nice job of just mixing in opportunities for other players to get in, give some players some rest, and really just get a number of kids involved.
Well, and it helps too when you want to play the style that they've shown early on, being really aggressive on offense. That means a lot of running, a lot of pressuring, a lot of work to create that kind of pressure nonstop. Nice job by Knobloch to take it away from a couple of Tornadoes. Her pass to the middle trips up the defender, bounces right to Payne, a chance. What a great defensive play by Meshuggah to stop it up right at the last second.
Yeah, she did a great job of coming back and making sure she limited her and didn't get contact and get called for anything. I think that I was impressed by that fact that there was no contact on that, and she was able to take the ball away. Good opportunity.
Well, this
here.
one, as it's played off of Hookham, really a dangerous spot. Meshuggah just sold out, got there, and stepped right in front of the ball. But it ends up out of bounds, off the Tornadoes, out the end line. Another corner kick for the Cardinals, and from that same side where they just scored a few minutes ago.
Well, defensively, obviously, Anoka will make some adjustments to try and prevent that. But another good opportunity for Coon Rapids here with that corner kick.
Knobloch tries to serve it into the middle again. Ritzenaya got to it, but got under it a bit.
Yeah, her eyes got wide. She had that opportunity with a clear shot on net. Just as you mentioned, got up and a little too much on it. Hey, Red's here. What a surprise.
Shocking.
I know. It'd be shocking if he wasn't here.
Rose Boots slowed up in the wind a bit. Corbett gets it well downfield into the Coon Rapids, and Hosek will get there first and play it out in front of the Coon Rapids bench.
Opportunity for the Cardinals to regroup here defensively. I think Coach Karen has to like a lot of what he's seen so far from his squad in this first half.
Knobloch again getting in the way, getting a steal, played it behind the defense. Meshuggah has the speed to make sure neither of the Cardinals can get behind her. Kylie Scott just a step or two back. And Molly Terabeza was attacking from the other side and just out of her reach as well.
Number 15, Haley Doyle. Eliminating for the Cardinals. Number 3, Alyssa Bailey.
Good anticipation on the throw-in by Hulsnitz to break it up. Coon Rapids able to push it right back into that end. Knobloch distributing. Here's Kylie Scott. Can't get around the defensive Stroming. Ends up out of bounds.
Yep. Ball goes back to Anoka. Originally.
And right back out to the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
And another throw in to the Cardinals. Play this one back to midfield. Hosek into the middle, headed away by Corbett. Back in the middle, Meshuggah bumped Gets through some traffic, stopped up by Knobloch, but that one sent well out of play. Really been impressed by the midfield play of Knobloch early in this contest. She's been everywhere.
Well, yeah, she's hustling, and that's we had talked about it. The pace of the game is being increased this season for Coon Rapids girls soccer, and you can see with her speed, she disrupts very well.
Maley called for a little bit of a grab. Quick kick for the Tornadoes, trying to get right back on the run. They like to work it on that right side to Pineski. Taken away over there, though, by Macy Lodato. Here's Tara Beza trying to get it through. Scott one-on-one with Meshuggah, cleared away by the Anoka defender. Just in front of the attacker.
Yeah, Scott right there.
Throwing goes to the corner. Scott, high cross, didn't get the hook.
Looking to get a little bit of that English. Have a
Fades
curve in
out.
front of the net. Jocelyn Yang back in for Anoka.
Number 16, Elena Fagerberg.
Elena Fagerberg also in for Anoka.
Rowe kicks far side for Huffman. Huffman pressured there by Tara Beza, got some support. Tornadoes trying to work it upfield. Ritzenaya able to disrupt. And Coon Rapids now trying to start. Hosick plays it back, now gets it back from Kepke. Head for Ritzenaya, pressured there by Corbin. Kylie Scott will play it back. Hosick headed right back the other direction by Hulsnitz. And now Knobloch just a little too tall for Maley and out of bounds. Anoka ball.
There you see the time remaining. 15:45 in this opening half. Coon Rapids with that 1-0 lead.
Corbin moves it ahead for Douillet. Played to the back line. Here's a shot and just wide for Pineski. Last ditch effort and able to pop it up over the keeper, but just wide of the cage. It was yawning there for her.
Well, look at Hedlund came out and she had a great opportunity to chip it over her. Look at the space behind her, but as you saw, a little bit wide. That was a great scoring opportunity for the Tornadoes.
Well, that's two for Pineski that she's had pretty good opportunities and just missed wide. The goals and even the shots on goal favoring Coon Rapids, but scoring chances, I would have to give the nod to Anoka. Coon Rapids really cashed in on their one really good scoring opportunity. They've had maybe one more. Played back into the middle, just out of the reach of Scott, and turned around by Hookham.
Again, good thought in there. As that pass from Vang came inside, as you mentioned. I'm sorry.
Knobloch long into the corner, and it's going to fade out of bounds before Maley can get there. Kylie Scott pressuring. Able to get through it was Hulsnitz, and she'll play it up near midfield. A touch by Pineski, but right to Kepke. Turned around to Ritzenaya for Coon Rapids. Ritzenaya with some room. Will take the long shot to the far corner. It's wide and out, and a goal kick coming up.
Again, Ritzenaya doing a good job of using her body, shielding it from the Anoka player, and then just a little bit too much on that.
Taylor. Number 5, Allie Hedlund.
Roll a line drive boot. Good collision. Anoka comes away with it. Yang had it tipped away by Koepke. Turned around then by the Tornadoes. Here's Maley ahead. Skips off of the Tornadoes out of bounds. Throw in for Scott. Hulsnitz cuts in front of her. And Scott able to come away with it. She's knocked off the ball. No whistle. And coming away with it is Hulsnitz.
Yeah, got away with a little contact maybe. It was right in front of the official, but the official didn't see to call anything.
Well, there may or may not have been a trip going for the ball into the corner too,
Wow.
but like I said earlier, they're
letting them play.
They're letting them play. No harm, no foul, and little contact is allowed. Hulsnitz will play it back to Rowe. That spun off her foot, not out of bounds on the far side. It'll be Coon Rapids throw it. Knobloch took kind of a hard fall. She'll come off and get a bit of a breather here with her team up 1-0, approaching the final 10
It seems
of
to be
half number one.
She was on the turf for just a bit, but seems to be okay. She's able to run off the pitch.
Tornadoes, 5, Paige Youngquist, and the Cardinals, number 14, Bailey Pay.
Panevsky getting support from Huffman along the wing. Will get it right back. Into the middle for Corrine Corbin. Corbin to the near corner for Olsen. Olsen plays it back. One-touch shot. Didn't get much on it. It was up under. Went off the head of Youngquist out front. Coon Rapids able to break it up a little bit. Long shot from Huffman is in, and on a skip, it's settled by Hedlund.
Anoka getting a little pressure in on the Cardinal end. Again, this just trailing 1-0 at this point. And as you talked about, they're doing a nice job of getting chances.
Scott able to stop up, find a little room, trying to get it to Payne. That pass was a little behind her. Cleared by Hulsnitz, stopped up by Johnston. And now a break up on the other side by Huffman. And here's Panevsky trying to get around that corner again. Slowed but not stopped. She continues on the run, now cuts back across in front of Kuhlman. Now Kuhlman able to come away with it. Allie Hedlund that was able to separate her from the ball. Here's Johnston trying to move it ahead, stopped up by Huffman. Huffman will step up for Anoka. Into the middle for Youngquist. Youngquist's pass a little too high, a little too much, and out of bounds. Coon Rapids throw it.
Yeah, Tornadoes have done a good job as of late just to keep that ball down towards the Cardinal end. Obviously they need that opportunity, but a good pressure against this Coon Rapids defense.
Corbin moving it. Panevsky touched it to Youngquist, bumped off it, and that one's going to give the Tornadoes a great opportunity here on the free kick.
Yeah, this is the opportunity they're looking for here with 9 minutes,
Almost
basically 9 minutes remaining.
Straight out from the post, 25 yards from the net. It'll be Hulsnitz who will take it, a 5-player wall for the Cardinals. Right into it. They paid the price, but they accomplished their mission out off of Anoka. And another goal kick for the Cardinals.
Yeah, again, you see it again. Took the worst of it, but prevented the opportunity.
Olsen still tried to get a foot on it, directed toward the net, but pushed it wide. Kristoff settling for Anoka. Will play it back. Huffman waits, back for Kristoff along the sideline. Back to Huffman with a little bit of space. Huffman into the middle, headed to the far side, headed back. Stopped up, here's a chance, and just wide, another one for the Tornadoes. That was oh so close.
Really off of defensive turnovers. She wasn't able to clear, and that's the second time we've seen really close opportunities here for the Tornadoes here in the last number of minutes. There you see, couldn't get the clearing out. Great chance for Anoka.
Yeah, you talk about the eyes getting wide. They were definitely wide there for Lauren Youngquist. Unfortunately, the shot was also wide. And Coon Rapids maintains the 1-0 lead. Coon Rapids sends it right back out. Anoka trying to get Youngquist another opportunity in the middle. Johnston stops things up. Maley gets it to Ritzenaya into the middle. Ritzenaya pressured from behind. Chips it along on the far side. Long run for Peyton Taylor into the corner. Crossing back out front. And it's in the net, and the Cardinals have a 2-0 lead.
We'll see who they give that goal to. It went off the goaltender.
I don't think it's... that's going to end up being Peyton Taylor's goal.
Yeah, I would assume. I'll give it to you here again. We'll see. And a nice job getting the ball through. And it's just...
And Rose played well, but...
just off the side of her hand.
Didn't get what she wanted.
No. Well, the Cardinals will take that, and that's deflating for Anoka because
especially since
played so well.
They have, and obviously deflating Rose in her couple of chances to make plays has played pretty well. So a little disheartening for her as well, but a 2-0 lead for the home team. And with how Anoka had been pressuring and coming up just wide, I mean, they have 3 or 4 shots that were great scoring opportunities that they've missed wide. And Coon Rapids, a fortunate bounce, one good scoring opportunity that they put in the back of the net. But for a team like Anoka early in this season, 0-2 on the start, and now, they've been so close, but haven't been rewarded, and then a bounce goes against them. Will they continue to fight, or will their heads and shoulders start to sag?
Well, we'll find out as this game goes, but
they've got to understand with the opportunities they've had that they're right in this game.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, they've played really well, but things have gone Coon Rapids' way.
Here's a turnover. Ritzenaya had it taken away by Hookham. Ahead for Meshuggah. Meshuggah cutting back against Knobloch and trying to get it in behind for Youngquist again. Johnston isn't going to allow that. Johnston trying to stop up on defense. Tornadoes able to work it into a good scoring spot. Comes back out to Huffman. Long shot. And therefore it is Maddie Hedlund
Well, it's important that Anoka, if they can get on the board, would be huge for them before the end of the half. Like we talked about, they had to feel pretty good about where they were in this game, even though they were trailing 1-0, and now a tough one goes in to make it 2-0.
Well, that's, when we talk about the time, it's so easy to be discouraged.
Yeah. No question about it.
A little less than 3.5 to play in the first half. A goal here would be huge for Anoka before the half. Coon Rapids, if they can maintain the 2-0 lead into the break, will have to really kind of feel like, they're in a very fortunate spot to be up 2-0.
Yeah, especially that second goal, the way it went in, and a couple of near misses by Anoka.
Meshuggah and Ritzenaya battling for it in midfield. Meshuggah plays it back to Hulsnitz, now gets it back, skipped away from her, and Rory Ritzenaya there. Chips it into the corner, give Natalie Whitney a chance to race for it, but Rowe there first.
Yeah, ball pushed a little bit too far, and Rowe able to easily come out to her right and grab that ball for the kick.
Huffman on the far side for Anoka. Her pass broken up by Ava Johnston, or Allie Headland. Someone on the roster.
We'll figure it out.
By playoffs.
It's one of those players out there.
Playoffs.
By playoffs. You can't be talking by playoffs.
Knobloch plays this one all the way back to Maddie Headland. Her clear was blocked by the Anoka attacker, and now Headland races over and grabs onto it right in the corner of her box. That one
that was interesting.
Almost scary.
Yeah. And the last thing the Cardinals need to do is give up a goal here in the last minute.
Hulsnitz chips it over the defense and to Headland, and she'll scoop it up. Ritzenaya across midfield. Head on the left for Whitney. Whitney trying to cross out front. That's broken up by Hulsnitz. Whitney had a header on it. Hulsnitz had a head on it, and right into the breadbasket of Olivia Rowe. Knobloch stepping up to challenge. Pressuring Douillet, coming away with the steal. From a tough angle, a save, a rebound, and a goal! Cardinals strike with 11 left.
Boy, you talk about a big goal again. Now you raise that lead to 3-0.
And that was all Knobloch coming in
Yep.
to get the steal, her second assist of the contest.
We'll see it again. And Knobloch's just doing a great job of just sticking with it. And she's going to get that nice cross here.
Save, and there for the rebound was Natalie Whitney to put it home.
Yeah, Natalie thought to herself, look what's here for me. And she was just able to get a boot on it, put it in the back of the net.
And now a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
We had talked about, if Anoka could get a goal, Coon Rapids adds to their lead. Just seconds before the horn sounds, they're going to the locker room up 3-0. That is huge. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more from the Cardinals Stadium after this. You're watching CTN's live coverage of high school girls soccer. he is gone.
Great showing in the 100 butterfly. She can't quite catch the leader.
It's hard to throw you for a loop.
No, not when it comes to swimming. It's not.
Back at the Cardinals Sports Complex, Coon Rapids up 3-0 as we reach the half of this girls varsity contest. And Howie, Coon Rapids came in 1-0-1, feeling pretty good. Home opener against a team that hadn't won yet. They had the pressure early. They got the early goal, then a bounce and a late goal, and they have got to be on cloud 9 in the locker room right now.
Yeah, especially that late goal. They created that. They were able to out-muscle the defender and get that pass in front of the net and a great round. Perfect opportunity for that third goal. But they have to love the fact that they're sitting with a 3-0 lead right now.
Yeah, for Anoka, it's going to be a game about missed chances for Coon Rapids. They score off a corner kick. Great feed into the middle and a good finish by DuLong. Got him on the board in the 14th minute. Just out of the reach of a diving row. And then Coon Rapids, despite spending a fair amount of time defending, they get one chance and the cross goes off of the keeper's hand and into the net. That one came with a little more than 6 minutes left in the half. But that wasn't the killer. The killer is Knobloch.
Look, just a great job.
Getting the steal, creating the shot, and then the rebound goal for Natalie Whitney to put Coon Rapids up 3-0. That came with less than 10 seconds left in that opening half. And, Anoka really, shots attempted are even. But Coon Rapids has put more on net. And Anoka still has 3 or 4 good scoring chances. This game could easily be a different story.
Well, yeah, and they had a couple of good chances. Unfortunately, they put a couple balls wide of the net. But you're looking at a great situation now because they played Coon Rapids tough in that first half. They just couldn't get anything on the board to show for it. But it's obviously now a big hole to dig out of here. As they're going to take the opportunity in the second half to see what they can do. But as you mentioned it, Coon Rapids has to feel pretty good about where they're sitting at the break.
Another 40 minutes of this Northwest Suburban Conference contest right around the corner. More live action on CTN after this.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Back at the Cardinals Sports Complex, Coon Rapids a 3-0 lead, and they will start with the opening possession of this second half, Howie. And Anoka has to forget about that first half, come out and see if they can capitalize on some of the opportunities that they're creating and see if they can get themselves back in this game.
Well, they got to chip away, obviously, at this lead, and certainly it can be done, but it's tough.
Look at that, highlights Hennon, like
hands of glue.
Yeah, there's nothing to it. What we saw in the first couple of minutes, especially of that first half, Coon Rapids controlling the possession, keeping the ball down in the Anoka end, creating some good pressure. But Anoka really battled through that first couple of minutes and then created a lot of good scoring opportunities, maybe even more scoring opportunities than what Coon Rapids had. But Coon Rapids' opportunities ended up in the back of the net, and the Tornadoes' best chances ended up just wide. Kylie Scott in deep, tried to get it back out front, fires it on the side of the net. And it'll be a goal kick for Anoka.
Yeah, the one thing Anoka cannot do is give up another goal in this situation. Not if they want to climb back in. And Coon Rapids certainly can't get comfortable either.
Of course, a little more comfortable than they could have if it had stayed 2 or even 1-0.
Right.
Meshuggah finds herself a little bit of space up to challenges Johnston. Meshuggah works it on the right side, now turns around. Left-footed cross, spun away, but recovered there by Douillet. Douillet is shot, Hedlund out to smother it.
Those are the kind of opportunities that the Tornadoes need here. They need to continue to put pressure in on the Cardinal end. I'm sure Coach Karen talked to his squad about not being complacent in this second half.
Payne with a chance running down the left wing. That one got a little too far in front of her, and Rowe slides out to smother it up. Another good stop up by Knobloch and got it turned around back in the Cardinals' direction. Ritzenaya weaving through some traffic, looking for her support. Back to Ava Johnston. Ahead in the middle, stopped up there by Hulsnitz. And Anoka able to push it all the way back to the other end where it's scooped up by Madeline Hedlund.
Again, the Cardinals here in the second half, just obviously they can slow things down as long as they don't they will continue to play their game. I'm sure they'll like to pressure here early, but taking time off the clock, I'm sure, is very important in this situation.
This one tipped out of bounds by Sierra Jordan Hoffman. Able to stop it up, get it turned around pretty quickly. Douillet trying to force it through Hedlund. Ritzenaya able to control and get it across for Knobloch. Knobloch stops up. Now we'll take a shot from a long ways out, well off the mark, out of bounds, and a goal kick for the Tornadoes.
Again, we're just watching that one go wide to her left.
Douillet down the right sideline. Slows, pass taken away by Hedlund. Sends it back for Peyton Taylor, gets past Pineski, tries to cross. That one hung up in the wind, headed back to the near side. And here's Pineski. Down the wing, watched by Allie Hedlund. Tries to center, spins it out of bounds. And a goal kick, Coon Rapids.
Well, so far early on here in the second half, Anoka doing a good job of at least advancing the ball down on the Cardinal end. Did have one nice shot on goal.
That one got past Meshuggah. Ritzenaya plays it to Taylor. Chipped ahead, but knocked away out of bounds by Hulsnitz. Hulsnitz tried to play it out off of Payne, and it just stopped there. And then Payne was like, "Oh, look what I have!" And then Hulsnitz came back. No, I want that back. I'll take it back.
Well, Anoka is looking to do some things offensively that they did in the first half, and that's get chances.
Scott chips it ahead, right side for Maley. Diving save by Rowe on a shot, maybe headed wide, but
don't take the chance.
Nope.
You got an opportunity to bring that in, you do it.
Tornado's able to win the ball in the corner. Cross attempt ends up out the end line. And a goal kick, Coon Rapids.
There you see it again, and a good job feeding the pass through. And then just nice diving save.
Yeah, originally I thought Maley was going to cross, had a couple of attackers coming at that back post, but thought maybe if you should put it on net, might get a rebound chance again. Another steal for Knobloch, trying to push it through. That's stopped up, turned around by Hookham. Here's Douillet. It's Pineski in right back. Douillet ahead for Pineski, a little too far, and there to stop it up is Kepke and play it out of bounds. Ball played back out of bounds. Another throw in for Anoka. The time ticking against them, trailing 3-0 here.
Yeah, they need a tally relatively quickly to try and get back into this game. But you know they're getting some opportunities. But Coon Rapids doing a good job of just clearing and get the ball back downfield.
Scott plays it back for Lodato. Tried to get it back in the middle for Scott, taken away by Hulsnitz. And here's Douillet with a little bit of space down the right side. Pressure coming from Knobloch. The pass too far for Pineski. Out of bounds. Cardinal throw it.
And again, they get that ball back in quickly. They now try to increase a little bit of pace. I'm sure they'd love to get a fourth here.
With that ball left for Kylie Scott, she plays it ahead for speed on the wing from Bailey Payne. Payne can't get as much as she would have liked on that cross attempt. Played back to the wing where it stopped up and played back into Payne. Payne didn't get at the angle she wanted. It'll be a goal kick for the Tornadoes.
Hadley Dammer checking in for Anoka.
Think of all the names we've heard a lot early in this contest for Coon Rapids. Bailey Payne, Molly Knobloch. Certainly we've heard Molly Knobloch.
Yes.
Molly Terabeza has certainly been in there, but Rory Ritzenaya has been all over the place. All sophomores.
So that's what I said earlier.
Kepke.
Yep.
And then, of course, Kylie Scott, just a freshman.
Only three seniors in the starting lineup, and this is a very young Coon Rapids squad, and that bodes well for them.
Allie Hedlett, also a sophomore.
Well, there are a fair amount of seniors on the roster, but the majority of the players are getting the majority of time are younger.
Two of the three goal scorers are seniors.
Yep.
Jessica DeLong and Natalie Whitney, each with first half tallies. This is the first free kick of the contest for Coon Rapids. Anoka gets first touch, sends it back towards the sidelines, and they'll throw it in from there. Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
We didn't even talk about it. Number 9 scored in the first half with 9 seconds left.
How could we have not mentioned number 9 scoring with 9 seconds left? Number 9.
Number 9.
You know, we do have our big CTN fantasy football draft coming up tomorrow. I'm sure everybody's really excited. I'll give you one key. Wait for Neil Hennon to take a kicker because he'll steal yours. Every time.
Something not normally heard in fantasy football chat. Protect your kicker.
Protect your kicker. You want a kicker, you go get him. Don't get him unless Neil Hennon has his already.
Anoka building something. The centering attempt didn't get through. Knocked out the end line. First corner kick of the contest coming up for Anoka. Hadley Dammer a little bit shaken on the play.
It took a hard fall. Looked like her head hit the turf a little bit. She seems to be okay.
She is coming out of the game, however. Paige Youngquist will handle the kick. Goes low, short post. Fanned on by Pineski. Yang had a chance. Ball still bouncing around in there. Comes out to Huffman. She's challenged. Gets it to Pineski, and Yang in the corner. Pressured there by Allie Hedlund.
Good job by Hedlund, just keeping her wide.
Pineski. Shot attempt was blocked immediately. Huffman from a ways out. Couldn't get that through. Here's a shot that does get through, but not a ton on that. And a pretty easy scoop for Madeline Hedlund.
Here's the Anoka corner kick, and good opportunity there. Just didn't get much what she wanted on it. Defender there to get a piece of it, knock it away, keep it long.
Naomi Griffith able to work her way around an Anoka attacker, and then knocked to the ground, and Coon Rapids will get another free kick.
There you see the time remaining, 26-20 in this contest. Big 3-0 lead for Coon Rapids.
It's a much easier game to play up 3-0.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Coon Rapids doesn't really have to force, doesn't have to take chances, but doesn't want to sit back necessarily and defend for the next 25 plus minutes. But they are able to do that if necessary. Stromang and Meshuggah back in for the Tornadoes. Kristoff and Hookham getting a breather. And they're going to need every one of their players to give a push here at the end of this second half.
Yeah, I mean there's still time, but it's getting bleak if they don't get a goal here relatively quickly.
Yang from a ways out and just over the net.
I thought that was going to be it.
I thought it was
after
too.
I said that.
Just as you said it, I was thinking about how quickly is that. But that one may have skimmed the top of the crossbar.
I think it may have.
Another great opportunity, just missing target for the Anoka Tornadoes.
Gesundheit, by the way. That shook the press box.
Right. Isn't it a good thing I hit the sneeze button?
Yeah.
Cough button. Sneeze in this
Ooh.
chance. And here's another chance
Great chance
where
here coming up.
Emma Hulsnitz was tripped up, and now they will have a just gorgeous place for a free kick. And
just over the top.
Hedlund didn't get much of a jump.
Nope.
She's still protecting the crossbar, I think, enough. But another really good opportunity on a dangerous free kick. They go direct, and Hedlund is there to take it in the midsection. Turned back in by Corbin. Stopped up by Koepke. Long run near side for Peyton Taylor. Able to get there. Yang able to get it taken away for the Tornadoes. Here's Bolin. Back to Yang. Into the middle for Pineski. Pineski working to the center. A left-footed shot. Diving save by Hedlund.
They're keeping Hedlund busy here in the second half.
Shots on goal now even at 7-all, with Anoka holding the 13-11 advantage in shots attempted. All statistics on CTN.
Official. Of course.
Of course. I may have missed something. It happens.
No.
While
you're being distracted by me.
Or by the actual game. Perhaps that can happen.
I can. Sun's out. Nice evening here for a doubleheader.
Yeah, first day of school.
Yep.
I guarantee you every player on the field is super happy to be here and play tonight, but was really depressed when they woke up this
Yeah,
morning.
I'm sure of it.
Well, maybe not every player, but 80% of
first
them.
day of school.
We're a little depressed, like, oh, I got to go to school.
How was young Mr. Young's first day of school? Did he tell you?
I got the typical, 17-year-old answer. It was okay.
It was okay. Got any homework? No.
Well, Anoka's got another opportunity on the corner kick. Again, Paige Youngquist lifts it into the middle, bounces around off a couple of heads, still loose. Hulsnitz able to gain control, get turned around, a shot just up over the cage and out of play yet again.
Well, he certainly can't fault Anoka for what they're doing, getting good pressure here in the second half. They knew coming out that they had a long hill to climb. They're putting pressure in on the Cardinal net, but just not have been able to find the back of the net as of yet.
Creeping in on the midway point of this second half, Coon Rapids leading 3-0. All the scoring in the first half, including one with just under 10 seconds remaining. And that's a pretty tough one to take before heading into the locker room.
Yep. Yeah, which makes it a tough second half.
Unofficially, though, they are outshooting the Cardinals' attempts anyways, 7-3 in this second half in shots attempted. 4-1 in shots on goal. Certainly have outpossessed the Cardinals in the second half, but as we were just talking about moments ago, Coon Rapids can kind of sit back and play defense at this point, up 3-0. Cross attempt just out of the reach of Hedlund. Chip attempt from Yang goes wide, and it's a corner or a goal kick for the Cardinals. Closeness back to Corbin, turns with it, sends it ahead, skips away from Pineski. Turf reached up and bit Kuhlman. Yang trying to center, broken up by Knobloch, cleared out of bounds right in front of the Anoka bench. Played in behind the defense, a chance skipped away from the keeper, and a good heads-up defensive play by Anna Kepke. Kept this one a shutout so far. Meshuggah tipped it away from Hedlund, but could not turn a shot on goal because of the positioning of Kepke.
Look at the hustle of her, just getting in front of the attacker and doing a great job of keeping this off the board.
So Coon Rapids with 3 corners in the first half, able to score on 1. This is the third of the second half for Tornadoes. The header right in on goal, and the save is made by Hedlund. Good positioning by Pineski, good strong header toward the goal, but the keeper in the right spot as well.
Well, Joe Anoka doing exactly what they needed to do coming out here in the second half, but they just can't score. They've had chances. They're definitely outplaying Coon Rapids in the second half. But Coon Rapids is up on the scoreboard.
Cardinals lost the handle, out of bounds along the near sideline. Haley Douye is going to check back in for Anoka. Creating a foot race, but there first was Kepke. Played it back to her keeper and then over to Johnston. Johnston lost it out of bounds. Anoka throw in right to Elise Pineski. Headed back out by Kepke, fanned on by Hedlund and out of bounds. Douye was run over, and here's another opportunity. Not just the number of penalty kicks that they have had, or I should say free kicks that they've had off of Cardinal fouls, because they're not actual PKs, but they've had several in great position here. And here's another one. Yang will take it. Last time they were on the other side, they went direct. This time they'll hook it right in direct again. And when it doesn't change position, it's a pretty easy save.
It is.
For Madeline Hedlund. This one chipped behind the defense by Maley. She'll race down the right wing. Maley crossing, one-timer just over the net. Nice setup, and Molly Terabeza put it just up and over.
Yeah, you talk about the setup, though. That was a beautiful pass, and she had a great scoring chance. Just a little bit too much. Sometimes you don't realize how, all of a sudden you realize how open you are and you just put too much on that. But look at the pass right there. She tried to chip it past Rowe, but couldn't get it down as far as she wanted to.
Maley on the right side again. Tried to center. That's broken up by the Tornado defense. Clearing attempt. Stopped up by Knobloch. Plays it right back in on goal and scooped up by Rowe.
Under 14 minutes remaining.
Right at the top of box and taking the pressure from Pineski is Hedlund.
Well, Hedlund came out and that ball started to slow down a little bit, and she had to make sure she got to it before Anoka did.
Yang pushing it ahead to the corner. No white jerseys there, and Hedlund will scoop it up. Pretty hard collision. Both players a little slow to get up. Lodato seems unfazed. Duvier taking a little bit longer.
Seems to be okay.
Well, they're going to call the trainer in.
Just to make sure.
And she jogs away from Jeremy.
I'm fine.
Jeremy's not going to jog. Another look at the collision. Didn't look like either of them made head contact, which is certainly a good thing. A 2-0-1 start for the Cardinals on the horizon if they can finish this one off, and that has got to feel good for their first-year head coach, John Kieran, but for the whole program to come out and have this kind of start.
It's a long season, but you've really gotten off to on the right foot. I mean, you're scoring goals and you're playing good defense.
Winning conference contests.
Yep. Which is always important.
All three have been conference contests so far. Don't know exactly what happened against Irondale, but you played good defense. Unfortunately, not able to put one in the back of the net. Scoreless tie is better than a loss any day. Is that Knobloch again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she hustles.
A little slow to get up. Hey, when you work as hard as she has this evening, you can, the ball's out of bounds. You can take an extra second. Here's a chance for Yang, off the post. Cardinals can't clear. Now they can.
Ooh, that was the best chance of the night.
Here's another chance coming back for Yang. She's tied up, and the Cardinals able to clear. This one shot, and Hedlund is there to make the save.
Yeah, right off that far post.
Certainly the loss for Anoka is not going to be from lack of effort or opportunity, because they have had great scoring chances. That one,
their best of the night.
Off the post. I don't know that it was their best. They've had so many good scoring chances.
They did, but
that's their closest to getting
absolutely.
in. There's another good opportunity from a good shooting place, but Hedlund in position to make the save. Second half shots on goal now. Yund officially.
Of course.
8-2.
Well, they've really outplayed them.
Up into the middle. Payne sending it over. Maley, a shot. That's stopped and just punched over the net. Corner kick upcoming for the Cardinals.
They really haven't had much offense this season, this second half. Not that they've needed it. Up 3-0.
Inside the final 10 minutes now. Knobloch on the corner, punched away by Rowe into the near side. Kylie Scott able to settle. And we've got a stoppage of time and an injured Cardinal.
Can't see who that is.
I think it's Payne.
don't know if she
holding their nose.
She ran into the post, or she got
ahead
hit by another player. She's got a little nosebleed there.
And see exactly what had happened.
Natalie Whitney in for the Cardinals. You know what her number is?
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Oh, we have so much fun.
Kids are like, what?
What? Why do they keep doing that?
Even most parents probably don't get that reference. It's a Beatles thing.
Yes, it is.
From Howie's era.
That's right.
Played back to Ava Johnston near midfield, almost taken away by Pineski. Koepke steps up to maintain possession for the Cardinals. Ahead to Kylie Scott, chips it into the corner. Maley can't get there before it's settled by the Cardinals. And then a bad pass. Kylie Scott trying to send it out front, turned away though by Hookham. Scott regains possession in the corner, trying to cross again and a little too far out. And this is more what we saw in the first part of the first half, a very aggressive, fast Coon Rapids offense, and made it very difficult for Anoka to break the pressure and get it to the opposite end of the field. Pineski slowed, able to get it back, bumped again by Johnston, able to get around. More red jerseys come, finally taken away by Knobloch. Taylor can't get through. Comes back to Pineski. Pineski to the far corner, creating a race there. And it's Hoffman stepping back. Her shot blocked by Koepke, and Hoffman gets it right back. Hoffman bumped off it. Recovered by Knobloch. Her clear didn't get out. Ritzenaya has it, though. Ritzenaya slows, gets away from the pressure, gets it back for Knobloch. Here to Johnston. Johnston a little time and space. Now pressured. Move it along, trying to find Peyton Taylor, taken away by Hookham. Corbins sends it ahead. Too far for any of her teammates, and it's scooped up by Hedlund. Another foul called against the Cardinals. Anoka running out of time, not only to get back into this game, but to avoid a shutout.
Yeah, time is definitely not on their side at this point with 6:40 remaining.
Jocelyn Yang with the free kick. Kulznitz was in the middle looking for a hold call, won't get it, and it bounces in to the Cardinal keeper. Hedlund did not get much boot on that one. And the Tornadoes jump right back on top of it, and here's an opportunity, and close, a shot and a goal. No, off the side of the net.
Yeah, you know what?
Here I was ready to call a goal for Hadley Dameron.
It looked like it, but right on the side. And again, she put her hands on her head, realizing, I just missed a golden opportunity to score.
Yeah, Hedlund kind of not sure whether she should come out. Had she attacked that immediately, I think she would have been able to get to it and take it away from her. But she backed off. That gave Damer a great opportunity to shoot. And unfortunately for her, just wide and off the side of the net. And this is a game that Tornadoes will look at as what could have been. Pineski made it past a couple of Cardinal defenders, but not able to get past the fourth one. This one crossed to the back, punched away, sliding out for it, but not able to cover. Here's a shot, and finally the Tornadoes are on the board with 5:15 to play.
Yeah, and they've worked very hard for this goal coming late as it has. That time Hedlund just coming out, can't control the ball. And I'll tell you, Anoka did a nice job of just making sure they did, and they got the job done with their first goal here. As Hedlund batting it away and then just trying to come out and retrieve it.
Made a good initial stop,
Yep.
just not able to control it. And Douillet able to get herself turned around, and a huge gaping net in front of her. Had no problem putting it home. 3-1 definitely feels much better for the Tornadoes than 3-0. But still time here.
Still time.
If they could get another one quickly.
And again, they've had their chances. Is it taking, official says take 20 seconds off the clock, I believe. There we go.
Tornadoes right back on the attack. Knobloch in to disrupt and send it back near midfield. Meshuggah takes over for Anoka. Douillet. To Bolins, and her pass too far ahead. And scooped up by Hedlund. Kuznets nearly got through, but stopped up by Koepke, and she clears. Cardinals with 5 across that back line.
Well, Cardinals have to feel fortunate for as much time as Anoka has spent down there in their end in the second half. Just the one goal allowed, and not till late.
Shot from a ways out, and therefore it is Hedlund. Yeah, I may even go as far as to say a dominant second half by the Tornadoes.
Yeah, absolutely, totally outplay them. But it's very nice when you get off to a 3-0 lead. Takes a lot of pressure off you.
Kuznets pushes it ahead for Pineski on the run. Koepke comes over to clear it away in front of her and out of bounds.
Yeah, she uses her speed and the
She's got
angle.
good speed.
Yeah.
Inbound goes to Douillet. She was challenged, got it back to Yang. Corbin back to Douillet in the middle. Douillet across into the middle, bounced away. Here's Huffman back to Douillet. Corbin from ways out. It's ways wide and ways high. And a Coon Rapids goal kick. Less than 2 minutes remaining.
She got a big boot on that one, obviously too big.
Douillet gets the steal, trying to get it to Hulsnitz, then tried to get it across for Pineski. And Allie Hedlund shielding her sister Madeline so that she can scoop it up and try and get the ball a distance away from the net. But Anoka again immediately gets the turnover and comes right back on the attack. Here's David Johnston trying to push it out. Stopped up by Corbin.
We're at a minute.
Douye blocked by Koepke. Here's Meshuggah pushing it ahead. Knocked away again by Koepke. Back to help as David Johnston gets it turned around. DeLong ahead, and turning with it was Whitney, and then Whitney called for the elbow.
Well, the Cardinals will get that second win of the season.
Yang racing onto it, trying to get it back into the middle. Cleared away again by Koepke. And that should seal the deal.
That's it.
Hey, take a deep breath. Cardinals, they're going to get out of here with a win, but I don't know it's one that they deserved so much.
Well, you know, they certainly were outplayed in that second half, but you give them credit. Obviously, they held on and they got those 3 goals. That second goal was certainly a little bit of more fluky, but that third goal kind of sealed it for them. And now an opportunity for them to just recoup and get that second win and continue on.
Yeah, no matter how you came by it, you're 2-0-1 to start the season. Another conference contest coming up on Thursday against Andover. And, you know, for the Cardinals, feel good about this one. Maybe you stole one away from an Anoka team that was a little bit snake-bitten.
Yep.
Had so many good opportunities that just went wide, or the one off the post. Your goalkeeper played pretty well in the second half. She was definitely busy.
Well, you know, the nice thing about it, as you talked about earlier, 3 conference games, 2-0-1 in the conference to start. And that's really a great way to start the season for these Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, Anoka finally got the goal to avoid the shutout. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Looked like Hedlund might be able to cover this one at first, but it skipped away, and credit to Douye, and she knew what to do.
She did.
Put it home, got Anoka on the board, but Anoka falls to 0-3. Coon Rapids improves to 2-0-1. Final score again, Coon Rapids 3, Anoka 1. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us. Continue to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including I. Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.